Well, right behind me, you can see the preparations for the grand unveiling of what is being called the Grand Vista Avenue. It's a part of the ambition Grand Vista project of the government, which also is going to see a refurbishing of many government homes, government offices, as well as the Parliament of India. Now, right behind me, you can see, of course, the India Gate and that canopy behind me. That's where the change is going to come in, and what government says is essentially it's going to be a change in the legacy, a true representation of India's freedom movement. That's where the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is going to come up. Now, if you remember, this canopy had the statue of King George V before it was relocated, and that's the legacy which the government really wants to replace. It wants to talk about giving due to India's freedom movement, and that's why Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's statue will be unveiled by the Prime Minister on the 8th. But for many Bengalis like me, there is this grudge that when we talk about India's freedom movement, we actually don't even give that space or that credit to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. This statue, which is going to be set up in the canopy right behind me, is actually going to be a tribute to the struggles which was done by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and his entire force. Now, this part behind me is actually called Rajpath. As you all know, we often see the parade moving down from here, which ends towards the Rashtrapati Bhavan. This is what is called the Rajpath, but it was called Rajpath. It's now been renamed by the government. It's going to be called the Kartavya Path, and this, of course, has been mired in a lot of controversy. Opposition parties are questioning why do you even need to rename it? Why is this that the government is wasting its time and money, and this is just diversionary tactics? But you know, it's also an emotive issue for many, and the reason why the government really wants to do it, and their argument is because they want to make it all about India. It is also should be a representative of the fact that it was India's freedom struggle, and we have overthrown the legacy and all those symbols which were attached to the British Raj, and therefore this is true representation of a new, ambitious as well as aspirational India. Now, what is going to be done over here, and that is going to be unveiled on 8th, and all those preparations are being made, is those, you know, the statues that will be put up, new pavements, and of course this was used to be a favorite picnic spot which you can see right behind me. That, of course, has now been done away with. No longer can you have those picnics over here. People can come here. One more landmark which was often there of this area was the several ice cream vendors. You know, I mean, we would all come late, right, into the night, have an ice cream over here. Well, there are going to be special designated places for them, which is now being earmarked. So people can come here, have a look at the India Gate and at the Grand Rajpath. We put those pictures out for you already, but have a grand look of this grand place, and then of course have a nice time. So basically, as a wind up, what the government is looking at, and the entire symbolism behind this is to have its own legacy, to overthrow the legacy of the British and make it true representative of true, new, ambitious as well as aspirational India.